In today's tutorial, you're going to learn how to do this. You're going to be able to take one of your beautiful photos that you've took of a loved one or a friend, and then you're going to be able to transform it into this beautiful pencil sketch. You can then present this as a present or as some kind of keepsake for them to enjoy. Without further ado, let's jump into today's tutorial and get started. Hey guys, Ben Taylor here and welcome to today's video. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who joined along to watch today's video. We're going to be jumping into Photoshop in a minute and I'm going to be showing you how to do this pencil sketch technique, which is going to be really easy and it's not going to take much time at all. Do you know what? I'd love to hang out with you guys after the video. We could probably do that in the YouTube comments area. We could talk about if you found this video beneficial, maybe what you learned from it, and more importantly, are you enjoying the videos that I make for you? Because if you are, then that's great, but if you're not, then I need to know about it. I need to know if I can make better videos for you to enjoy. So we can have a chat after in the comments area on YouTube, and then we can talk about it and see where you guys are at. Right, let's jump into today's tutorial now and get started. Okay, so let's get started. We've got this beautiful image which we're working with in this tutorial, and it really is a beautiful photo. It's captured this couple in a lovely embrace, and just by looking you can feel that they're really in love with each other. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit mushy. I'm sorry about that guys, but it's just a beautiful image, isn't it? Now this is available for you to download in the YouTube description area so that you can join along and then really get to grips with this tutorial with the same image. So this is the image we're going to be using today. Now the first step in any process I take when I show you Photoshop stuff is to create a duplicate layer. So Control J for that. And the reason I create a duplicate layer is to make sure that I'm not working on the background layer, because that's destructive and we don't want to do that. So we've created the duplicate layer now. We've got this beautiful photo. The first step in the process is to remove the colour, because the pencil drawing's not going to be colour. So to do that we need to go up to Adjustments and down to Use Saturation. Grab the saturation slider all the way down and that's going to remove the colour. So we've got this picture now with no colour in it. The next step in the process is to move on to the layer here, and then we want to add a blend mode. This is going to help get rid of a lot of the extra details in the photo which we don't want when we're getting this pencil design. And the blend mode we're going to use for this is Colour Dodge. You can see that this has removed quite a bit of the detail. Now we have to do something pretty weird next. We have to press Control I, or if you're on the Mac, press Command I, and this is going to invert the layer. And watch what happens. We've now got a blank piece of document, and you're probably thinking, well that's not what we want. But it's not going to be blank for long, because watch what happens when we add a Gaussian blur. We're going to go up to Filter at the top, we're going to come down to Blur, and then we're going to go to Gaussian blur. Watch this. By adding a blur, we now bring back the detail, but we're bringing back a lot of the edge detail and not all of the detail in the photo. And this is getting us close to our goal of getting more of a pencil looking effect. So our next step is to really add the radius, either push it up or push it down to get that pencil effect looking more realistic. Now for me, I like it quite low, because watch what happens when we push the radius all the way up. It starts looking a bit unrealistic, doesn't it? So I like to bring it down to around about 4.5 is actually pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to click OK. And then we have that effect looking pretty good. But we're not finished, so stick with me to the end on this one guys. So the next thing that we need to do is really make the outlines a little bit darker, because at the moment they're a little bit lackluster. So the way to do that is to come to Adjustments again and then down to Levels. If we use our left hand side here, we can drag this up and this is going to make the darks darker. Now you can see that the outlines here are really starting to kind of jump out the image more, and it's making the edges look more like a pencil effect. It has made some of the edges here though look a little bit too dark. All we need to do is jump into the Levels mask, make sure that we're on black, because black hides, remember, and white reveals, and we want to hide these really black edges. Just choose your brush here, Make sure that your brush is small so it's going to fit the edge. Zoom in by pressing Ctrl plus, and then we just need to paint around the edges here just to dull down the effect a little bit so it looks a bit more realistic and not so overcooked. And we don't need to do this everywhere in the image. I'm just going to do it in the areas which are really dark just to take down that effect, really tone it down. Just these edges here and just the really dark bits where it starts to look a bit too much. Okay, and that's looking a lot better. So this effect is really starting to look like a nice pencil design now. But you know what, we're really going to up our game on this one, because I've got another picture for you guys which is also in the description area, and this is going to really take this effect to the next level. Look at this. I've got this beautiful picture here of a blank book. We're going to add this image onto one of these blank pages and make it look like a story is being told of this beautiful couple. So how do we do that? Well, let's come back to our other picture here, and then we need to merge these layers together because we're going to drag this whole thing across, and then we're going to be able to put this onto the book page itself. So click on your top layer and then shift click on the bottom layer and then press Ctrl or Command G if you're on the Mac. And for some reason that's not working. So let's try this another way. Let's shift click again, and this time what I'm going to do instead of grouping it is I'm going to turn it into merge layers. This is going to merge all the layers together, so we've just got one layer to drag across. Now I'm going to click on the blank book layer, drag this down, and then I'm going to use my move tool to click on the document below, and this is going to choose our background layer here. Then shift, hold it, and drag it into the book. And there you go. Now all we need to do is drag this up here, and now we have our image, our pencil image, on the book layer. We can now put this onto this page and start making it look really, really good. So what's the best way of doing this? I'm going to press Ctrl T, this is our transform tool, and then we can just press shift, drag the corner down just to make it a little bit better so it fits in this image. Hit tick. Now we have this on the page, but it doesn't look quite right because the colour's white and the book is like this greyish colour. So we can use a blend mode to blend this in and make it look like it's the same colour as the page. We do this by coming onto blend modes, and the blend mode I'm going to use is multiply. Watch this. That's now blended it in and made it look the exactly same as the colour on the book page. Now I don't want everything going on in the background because it kind of takes away from the attention of this beautiful couple. So I'm going to put a mask on this here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose my brush tool again, and I'm going to start painting around the edge of the couple here just to remove quite a few of these distractions. Make your brush size bigger by using your right bracket key and just paint away this edge here. And you can see that as I'm painting away, this is really drawing our focus more into the couple. Now don't worry about going over the bottom of the skirt. It's actually going to look more realistic if we kind of blend this in so it looks like it's just starting from a point rather than the detail starting perfectly and then it just carries on. So I'm just going to be a little bit kind of, you know, a little bit less accurate with this and just paint it in here, or paint over it should I say. Just painting away the background, and this is going to draw our attention to the couple and really make this photo special. Okay, there's just a few little bits that we want to remove. We just want to remove these bits up here. Just quickly paint over them. I'm going to paint back his head because I've painted over that a little bit. Just want to keep the detail there, and then we're just going to press X to flip between our white and black and just paint over these bits here. And there we have it. We've now got this beautiful pencil drawn effect of this couple here embracing. Last thing, Control T, just going to make this a bit bigger so it fits the page like that. Drag it up and then just put it in the middle there and press tick. And there we have it. We've got this beautiful pencil drawn effect which we've put on this book here, and it just looks like we're telling a story. It's the chapter of this couple's life, and you know, I'm really happy with the way that looks. Massive thank you to everyone who's made it for today's video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button here. It's a picture of my face in black and white, and then you're part of that community. And if you don't know about it already, don't miss Thursday. I've got a photo challenge against another photographer in the beautiful city of Stratford-upon-Avon, airing on this channel. Now I'm going to be hanging out in the comments area below in just a minute, chatting to you guys about what you would like to see more of on this channel in the future. And whatever everyone else does who can't make it today, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again really soon.